Hands on, so this is the Aroma 360-degree induction rice cooker, and today we're going to have a closer look at this rice cooker, and we're also going to be demonstrating how you make rice with this rice cooker. Now, first off, when it comes to the overall construction of this rice cooker, now the outside body is plastic, but they do make it look like it's brushed aluminum or like it's stainless steel, so that it matches your stainless steel appliances if you have them in your kitchen. Now, up top, we do have our control panel, but more importantly, here on the side of the rice cooker, this is where you plug in your power cable. Now, this rice cooker comes included with a detachable short power cable. Now, this power cable, first off, like I just mentioned, is detachable. This is the shorter version, and also it is very thick. However, if you want a longer power cable, that is something that you can buy separately. Now, in general, I do like that this power cable is, number one, very thick, and I also like that it is removable. But like I said, if you want a longer power cable, you can always do that. You just have to buy it separately. Now, before we actually power on this rice cooker, I do want to have a closer look at the overall body and what comes included with this rice cooker. Now, like I mentioned earlier, this is plastic, but they make it look like brushed aluminum or like stainless steel. But more importantly, here on the front, we have our button, which is going to open our spring-loaded lid. Now, one of the things that I do like about the spring-loaded lid is that this mechanism, or the spring inside of here, is actually very strong. So every time that you go to open this lid, the movement is very smooth. It opens good every single time, because there are plenty of other products out there that have like a spring-loaded lid on them, but the spring inside is very weak. So it might not open all the way up. But thankfully with this one, this lid opens all the way up every single time. Now also, when it comes to the included accessories, you do get a plastic steam plate, and you also get a measuring cup, and you also get a plastic spatula, and you get a plastic spoon. But more importantly, you get an iron 12-cup bowl. Now, the fact that this is completely made out of our iron is actually very good for multiple reasons. Now, first off, since this is iron, this bowl right here is a lot heavier than your other aluminum, more typical bowls that you might get included with other rice cookers. Also, since this is iron, inside this is non-stick, but also if you're going to be cooking with this rice cooker, the non-stick application of this bowl isn't going to wear out as quickly, because again, this is just super thick and is completely made out of iron. And also, since this is made out of iron, and since it's much thicker than your other bowls that might come included with other rice cookers, this bowl is actually going to do a much better job of keeping your food warmer for longer. All right, so right now we're just going to go ahead and put this bowl back inside, but also I do want to demonstrate two very important things that wasn't properly explained in the manual. Now, up here we have our top plate. Now, you want to keep this top plate clean, but more importantly, this top plate, it is removable, but let me show you how you actually remove it, because this is something that wasn't explained in the manual. Now, with a lot of other rice cookers, what you might want to do is that you might want to grab this rubber grommet here and pull out. Do not do that with this rice cooker. With this rice cooker, what you do is you grab onto these little feet down here, or these little hinges, and all you gotta do is just pull it out. It comes out nice and easy. So that's how you actually remove this top plate. And I'm making a big deal about this because it did take me a few tries to figure this out, and I was, like just trying to pull this rubber grommet up top. Don't do that. Now, in order to put this thing back onto the lid, what I found is that what you want to do is you just want to grab the top and just put it all the way up, and then all you got to do is just push it until those two click, and then this top plate is back on. And finally, up here, this is where our steam vent is. So when the rice cooker is actually going, you're gonna have steam coming out of here. But in order to clean this steam collector, all you gotta do is you just press up here, and then you just grab here. This comes out nice and easily. You can go ahead, you can throw out any water that you might have collected in here, and when you're done with this, all you gotta do is, and we're back in action. All right, so now that we've done a walk around of the product, and we've actually talked about the included accessories, and I've showed you how to actually remove the top plate and how to clean your steam vent, we're now going to go ahead and actually demonstrate the touchscreen up top. Now we're going to go ahead and just power this on. And that is our touchscreen here. Now, one of the most important things is that the buttons that you actually use to control this are this row here and then the hour and the minute. These titles up here, these are not buttons. These are just telling you what mode you're using. So right now that's white rice, multigrain, oatmeal, porridge, and you can also set it to steam. But the important thing here is that these buttons are actually very fast to respond. There are a lot of other products out there that might have touchscreens, and you might go ahead and you touch these buttons and they don't register. Thankfully, with these, this button is much faster to react. Now, like you might have just seen, you have your white rice, and if you want, you can actually go ahead and delay the start of your white rice. And in order to adjust the time, all you got to do is just press here on hours. So if I want to delay it by 2 hours, you can do that. 3 hours, and if you want to delay it by, let's say, minutes, this goes in 5 minutes increments. So right now we have the rice cooker to be delayed by 3 hours and a half. And like I mentioned earlier, if you want, you can have this rice cooker cook you white rice, multigrain rice, oatmeal porridge, or you can also have it steam your veggies. And if you're ready to go, all you got to do is press start. Or if you just want to turn off your rice cooker, all you got to do is just click on cancel, and you can just click the power button, and now the rice cooker is off. All right, so we already done a walk around of the Aroma rice cooker, but now we're actually going to go ahead and show you how to make rice. And at the end of the video, we're going to actually show you the end result of the Aroma rice cooker. And actually, to make rice, it is super simple. It's usually just 1 part rice or 1 part water and just an extra splash of water. So in this demonstration, we're actually going to go ahead and we're going to get 1 cup of rice, and this is white rice, and it's short grain. So 1 cup of rice, and we're gonna throw that into our bowl. Now, some people like to wash their rice before actually going in, and I am one of those people. So we're just gonna go ahead and rinse the rice. So once the rice has been washed, and you just wanna make sure that you get as much water out as possible without actually spilling your rice. Once your rice is washed, what you want to do is you want to get the same cup that you used to measure out your rice, and you just want to pour out a cup as well. So since we used this cup and we did a 1 cup, I'm going to get 1 cup of water, throw that in here, and we're just going to get an extra splash. Just get an extra splash of water, throw that in. Okay, and here you can actually go ahead and add a little bit of salt to taste. Some people like to add a little bit of lime juice, a little bit of cilantro. But I also like to add just a splash, just a little bit of oil. And what this does is that it helps that so that your rice doesn't get stuck. And once you've done all of that, all you gotta do is just stir your rice just so the salt and the oil gets mixed in. And we're now actually gonna go ahead, throw this into our rice cooker. We're gonna close the lid, power it on. We're going to choose white rice, and I'm gonna click on start, and we're gonna be back in about an hour. All right, and we're back. So after your rice has actually finished cooking, all you got to do is just go in and you just give it a stir so that your rice is fluffy for when you're ready to eat it. Now, if you're not going to be eating your rice immediately, then the Aroma is going to keep your rice warm afterwards. But overall, from a performance standpoint, in order to cook a 1 cup of rice, it did take about 30 to 35 minutes for this rice cooker to cook that rice, which is actually very good because this is a faster rice cooker. Now, the reason why the Aroma might be able to cook this rice faster than with other rice cookers out there is going to be, number one, we do have a smaller bowl, so this bowl is going to be faster to heat up, but also this bowl is made out of iron and the walls are much thicker. So this iron bowl is able to collect and store heat much faster than your other standard bowls out there. So overall, with the Aroma, personally, I really do like this rice cooker because number one, it is fast, but also just from a looks standpoint, I do like the more elegant design of the Aroma 360-degree induction rice cooker.